street. I'm praying with some candles and some chicken feet. Demons are on the creep. This holiday gets spiritual deep. Witchcraft indeed, blood-sucking fiends, goblins that are green. Satanic murder scenes, haunting dreams. The dead is awake is a theme. So they're up for sale to scheme. In the darkness is where you see me. This is where I be free. The moon gives me power, so for hours, nocturnal energy I devour. Smoking dead flowers or corpses smelling sour.
In the dark night that increases my sight, faces illuminating from the moonlight. It's my holiday. I contribute to thee. Day of the dead, respect represent the Halloween. The evil is hell, but I'm from evil's wish that he could ever be as evil as this. So put your mask on and get your laugh on. Oh, whether it's sweets or raw meat, you get your snack on.
Welcome, everybody, for a very special episode, our Halloween special. You guys are tuning in to the Doja Verse. And
Gio, come and tell them what.
Today I am Doja Joker. And we got a special episode. We're going to talk about our favorite Halloween stuff, the history of Halloween. And we got some special guests that'll be coming in today, too, later on in the podcast.
Tell them what you just said your favorite part of Halloween is.
Chainsaw at Elitch's.
Yeah. Dude, I missed that, man. They got cool stuff at Elite. And all the haunted houses. Oh,
it scared the crap out of him. So, I guess starting off with the first subject that we were going to get into before we have our other featured guest on, was we felt that it was important to do a part of the election. Prior to the election, we talked about Trump on the Dro Bro show, but on this show, we want to talk about Kamala Harris. And to be honest, in my research, I don't know, tell me, Doge, if you had the same issue. It seems with this party, the Democrats, that when you look up their biographies, it just tells you about their political campaigns and their political stuff. It's not telling you, like how Trump, you were able to find out about his actual story. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say a particular name. I'll just say HRC because I don't want to end up murked, you know. But HRC is also one of those people that seems to have a lot hidden.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard to I had a hard time finding stuff on her too, like, and it's like a lot of stuff I did find, I don't want to say it was the Republicans, but it was just pretty much bad mouthing her. So I was kind of like, you know, I look up stuff and right away it shows the picture with her with Montel Williams at the P. Diddy white party. You know? So I'm like, this is defeating the purpose of what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm trying to be on both sides, you know, and I want to, you know, kind of give her time too.
So one thing I will say good about her, though, I guess, is that she did fight for women's rights. And I mean, for a woman to have control over her body and all of her things on that. That is one thing I guess I could say good about her. That she also served in the military. Outside of that, to be honest, I listened to the debate for my research. Doge, the same one you covered.
Yeah.
Because I listened to a couple videos that broke down her political career. Like I said, I couldn't find nothing about her actual life. So I just watched the debate.
Yeah, and then it's kind of weird how they do that. You know, I mean, with the politics with Biden too, they hit a lot of stuff, you know, like off the internet, and it's kind of crazy. It's just like, hey, we're just trying to research a little history about these political, these people that are boss to run the country. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Like but I'll have to say, on the debate, she did have a lot of good answers. It kind of reminded me of Obama. She kind of kept her cool. Trump would kind of pop off and snap, and she would just kind of keep her cool and answer the questions, real smooth. Like that was
I
like
feel like
Obama. They'd come at him, and he was smooth.
she said a lot of things that I felt were upsetting in a lot of ways. So, like, in for instance, where she said that she understands the housing here in America and how we have too many Americans that need housing and not enough housing. No, false. The reality is that there's enough housing. It's too expensive for anybody, and it just
Especially
upset me
in Denver.
because yeah. And what's upsetting is that you have these candidates and what they pay for their election campaigns. You could feed and house all the homeless in America, but the fact that they choose to have these campaign ads that are, I don't know, like just bad mouthing each other, right? That's all they do,
Yeah.
and slandering each other. So all you're seeing are these slander campaigns for the price that could feed and house the homeless here.
That that was like one thing that kind of really irritated me about the debate was like they would ask him a question and I'm like, I want an answer, but they would say, "Wow, he did this," and then and then he Trump would go back at her, "No, she did this for the last year," and I go, I don't really care what they did. I want to know what you guys are gonna do for our country and moving forward. You know what I mean? Like I know, and you know too, holding grudges on people and having that negative in you, all it's not good. Like there's a lot of people I don't like. I just say, hey, live your life, buddy. I'm over here living mine. Like I don't holding that negative in you all the time is bad. But yeah, I don't want to hear you guys bad mouthing each other. It's not a cut down fight. This is what you guys are gonna do with our country in the future.
Well, that's what's turned me off about it, really. And I wanted to come into this with a different attitude, but through the research, it just upset me more. And I'm not saying it's because of Kamala herself, but because I couldn't really find a lot of personal stuff about her. It led me to look at the campaign stuff, and looking at that stuff was just upsetting because to me, it really is just
But I'll have to
a
say
clown
though,
show.
yeah, yeah. But I'm a wicked clown. I'm down with the clown. ICP. Hey, but yeah, it's like kind of like with the. It's like what are you guys gonna do for our country? Like I don't really care. Your past or what you had to do here. But they kept pointing out things, and I was just like, oh man. But I'm like, I'll try to give you guys her the benefit of the doubt and everything. But I'm like, man, you guys are not making no sense with your questions. And I mean,
No, the
I think,
arbiter, he had a hard time keeping them in check, you know what I mean, throughout the debate and having to tell them, no, I want to stay on the subject. We got a lot to get through. I'm only giving you a minute for your answer, and they're going off on tangents, you know what I mean?
yeah, and I think it's kind of messed up too. Like, I was just thinking about it, but they kind of just threw her in there. You know what I mean? Like, there was no, uh, Biden was going for the second term, and then all of a sudden, Kamala's in there, and it's like, well, and I mean, in her defense, she probably didn't have much time to prepare for anything because, she got thrown in there. Or, in our little world, we like to say it was probably all plotted and planned, but we don't know.
To be honest, I think they did know that she was going to run because Biden being as old as he was, so um, you knew that when he picked a vice president, he was really picking his predecessor because it's not likely he was going to have another term and in his old age now. And then where is Biden? And it's funny that Trump asked that question, but just saying that with that and him being gone, just out of the picture, I get they're trying to put all the attention on Kamala right now, and with all due reason. I mean, because if you want this to be your candidate, you want all the attention on her. You don't want to hear all this crap about Biden because you've already got the stuff with the last 4 years. Okay, but let's be honest here. When a president only runs 4 years, the first 2 years are cleaning up from what the last office did. And then after the first 2 years, you're starting to get to a point where you're starting to initiate what your true agenda was. So it's in the third and fourth year of any candidate's run that I feel like you really start to see what they were trying to do.
Right. I think of like the kind of the 4 year term is kind of fast, because like you said, first 2 years they're cleaning up. Each president's cleaning up after the other one or changing things. Like I seen a lot of stuff when Trump got on office reverse that Obama did right away. You know what I mean? I'm like, like the Obamacare thing, and I'm like, I mean, I don't understand all that too technical, but I'm like, if it's insurance that works, and then he ended up keeping it in there. So it's like he was bad mouthing him, and then he ended up using it. So it gets so confusing with me.
So
Like,
Trump was saying a bunch of stuff that made him seem outlandish. It made him seem racist at points, but those things I feel are what he's doing intentionally for the public because when you make this a show, of course you're going to get the views. Of course you're going to draw attention. Kamala, though, I feel like she gave into it a little bit, whereas you were saying she remained calm like Obama would have. She was slandering back too, saying like, I was there on January 6th. I seen what happened. I seen how you incited the crowds. And then her whole thing about how he's going to take apart the Constitution his first day in office. Then he goes at her about the fracking, how she's going to pull fracking the first day in office in Pennsylvania and all of these things. So they just went back and forth. So I do feel that he got under her feathers a little bit and she did react to it just a slight bit. Now, she didn't give him probably the reaction he was trying to get out of her, but
yeah,
I do feel that she gave in a little bit.
yeah. Well, I mean, you had to get a defensive when he kept just like pointing stuff out and slamming her left and right. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's time for you to stick up for yourself a little there, And I'm and it would be a trip. I mean, I thought Hillary was going to take it a few years back, but to see a woman president would be kind of interesting. Interesting because it's never been done in history either.
On that one, honestly, it's weird how things work out. It seems like they use the people for what they need them to be used for. But when they're trying to do what they want to do, they don't ever get it. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah.
person you just brought up is tied to a lot of things and a lot of investigations, which is why they fell off the radar. But which is why I said the initials as
I shouldn't
opposed to
even.
the name because I didn't.
I, sh- I know I shouldn't have said her name. It's cool. I'm in disguise. They can't face recognize me.
I forgot I was gonna wear something like a hoodie or
Mm.
something that was at least gonna be some kind of dressed up, but
I
I
was
wasn't
laughing.
expecting.
You know who came up with the idea was Nate.
Oh, really? Dope.
Yeah. And I said, "Oh, that's a good idea." And he was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "He's he's he said, I want to dress up as Harley Quinn." And I started rolling. And I said, "Oh yeah, I'll dress up as a trans." And then we're just kind of being smartasses. And then I was like, "You should dress up as Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy, because he kind of looks like him when he puts his
Yeah.
hat on." And I said, "Dude, and then we'll get more views because they think we're interviewing him." So
So,
I don't know what he's
have,
gonna do.
have you seen the new Joker movie?
No, I want to, but everybody's bad mouthing it. I'm like, "Oh, you saw it?
Yes.
Ah,
I saw it opening
ah."
night, dude, and let me just tell you, I was very, very disappointed. Okay.
Was it the musical or was it just the story or what?
There's a few things. So, without giving spoilers, I guess. Um, The musical didn't help. Here's the issue with the musical, is that with most musicals, you do a few different songs, but the songs are telling a story of the character's, evolution
Yeah.
throughout the tale, okay? In this case, they're just, like, beating to death the same song over and over again. It has a few different songs in it, but there's one song that they just keep singing over and over again, and by the end that you hear it, you've already heard it, like, 6 or 7 times in its
Oh,
fulfillment, because even when you break down one song that you made the evolution of the character, you're given portions of the song through the evolution of that character throughout the movie. So finally, when you hear it at the end, but by the time you're hearing it at the end, you've heard it so many times throughout the movie, you're just like, shut the hell up by now. But then there was one good song I liked because then the character gets into it. But the story, dude, let's just say whatever people were expecting the Joker to do after the first movie, that didn't happen at all.
oh,
And they do some very fuckery shit to the Joker that is so I almost walked out of the movie because of it, to be honest. And
I, I
really
heard they
hard to
I heard they have a like a R scene in there real
they
bad.
do, and that's what I'm saying
Uh,
is that
then I
dude,
don't
why? Why?
uh, yeah,
Why?
so, like
What
me and my
point
mom
did
were
it
just
have?
talking. Like I don't watch like too many scary movies that much because like take for instance for The Exorcist, I was talking with one of my coworkers. He's an actual pastor, and he's actually done exorcisms. And I actually do want to get him in the future on here because he's pretty dope. And oh, Nate just texted me he's ready. Yeah. But
Yeah, let's get him
anyways,
on.
but um, it's like when you see stuff in real life, I ain't saying I've ever seen an an R happening, but like that stuff turns me off. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to see like women getting slapped and beat in things because I've seen stuff like that growing up. Or like it kind of like I don't want to say like triggers me, but like I don't like to see that stuff. Like or like women getting R. I'm like, bro, why do you need to put that? Like you could still put like perfect example is that freedom of freedom of speech or no,
No, that
uh
Sound of Freedom that I brought up
yeah,
before on the last
yeah.
episode.
So they had a scene in there where it had the it was showing that the what was happening to the child, but it didn't actually show it. It kind of
They
showed,
insinuated it, but that was
yeah,
enough to make me angry still. Like I said, it
dude,
just
that movie
bothered
made.
the hell out of me.
But yeah, like me personally, like where I'm at now, I just don't care to see stuff like that. Like and then like, I like, walk like the Joker, like then Joaquin Phoenix and like, like and he's such a badass. Like he's like Heath Ledger, man, that's when I really but I like the Jack Nicholson Joker, you know what I mean? Like there's so many people that played him, but they're like different versions of him, Like but I'm like,
I like
why do
the
you do
different
that to him? Like why you
versions
make him look weak?
for different
Huh?
reasons. But I will say that there is a scene that ties into The Dark Knight, and it seems like the director tried to give fans what they wanted, but in the most cringe ass way that you could imagine. And yeah, dude, I try to give shit a chance. I really tried to give this movie a chance. I tried to look past the musical, dude. Lisa was asking me, "What do you think? What do you think?" And I told her after the movie the reason why I didn't answer you is because I was really trying to just give this movie a chance, trying to understand the artistry of it, right?
Yeah.
Trying to see what they're trying to do with the story. But dude, dude, even my friend, he said the Joker's his favorite character, and he said that movie just broke his heart. He went opening night
I
too, and we talked about it, and I was like, dude, am I tripping, or was this scene really the R scene? And he was like, yeah, that's what happened. Because the way they show it, it's one of those
yeah.
things too where they insinuate it, but it doesn't matter. Like, what's the point? You see the cop get down after they strip him down and shit, and then you're just like the 3 cops on top of him, and you're just like, "What the hell?" And when they're dragging him through the prison, you hear this guy, well, he's just in his underwear. Then he's like, "What'd you do to him? What'd you do to him?" And I'm like, "Really? Now you got to rub it in what actually
Yeah.
happened?" And it's like, for real,
Then
like,
and
why'd
like
you have to do this in this movie? Why you have to do it to the Joker? Like, what was the point other than
well,
to
because
be
like
cringy?
because we all idolize him. That's our, and he's against everything. You know what I mean? Like, so they got to make him look, I guess, weak or yeah, I don't. But hey, but too, I was just thinking in my head because like my head's all fucked up. But what if that's the type of predictive programming to numb us to shit like that? Because you know what I mean?
Because I kind of want to tell you what happens. That
All right, should I try to get Nate in here? Do you know how to do this shit? Let me see what happens.
You just go and you add
I add
participant, and you call him.
I have to actually call him? Wait, let's see. Nate. Oh yeah, there he is.
So something happens at the end, dude, and the person.
Wait, real quick. What do you think he dressed up as?
I don't
He
know.
better dress up as
Macho Man.
I know. I was thinking that in my head. I was like, he better dress up as Macho Man. Hey, that shit's creepy, bro. We're not even around each other, but we're thinking alike.
Oh.
Hey, you're not Macho Man.
I was thinking about it, but I just don't have a good enough costume for that.
Well,
are you able to turn your phone?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Heck yeah.
Let's get that wide screen up on you. Yeah.
Oh,
So we're
let me turn
we're
it
talking
around.
right now. We're talking about how great the new Joker movie was. Dude,
I
and
haven't seen it.
It got voted
haven't
like the
seen it.
worst movie of like the decade. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Well, here's what I thought though on it is that you have Deadpool Wolverine, okay? It's Disney's first rated R movie. It's now the highest grossing rated R movie of all time. And Joker was the last reigning champion. Okay, so I would have thought that when they made this movie, that's what you would try to compete with. And the fact that it came out after Deadpool, you would think that they would be like, no, let's pivot, let's try to beat this movie out. And instead, they flopped big time. Like, and we were talking about this before you came on, Nate, and I was kind of giving Doge a little rundown without spoilers, but telling him my take on it. And it wasn't just the musical aspect that I feel that ruined it. It's the story behind it. It's some of the events that happen. I mean, and it's just like, why are they making this movie? And then the director tried to, here's the reality of it. The director is trying to make a riff off of Chicago. It's a courtroom movie. And the reality is that they say it was his swan song to the fans, that he didn't want to make another Joker movie. So he was forced to. So he did this movie. He did it as a musical. And the whole movie is the Joker doesn't want to be the Joker by the end. And it's just a sad way of like basically figuratively and literally killing the character off.
Nate,
I think it's crazy. Yeah.
they R'd him, man. You know what I mean?
Hey. I thought he was one of the best Jokers since like Heath Ledger, but
Heath Ledger.
I can't believe he wouldn't want to do it anymore. That's really weird.
I can't believe that he allowed them to let him do that scene, and why, like I was telling Doge right now, is that I just don't get it. Like, regardless, it's like what Cat Williams says, when you do that to anybody, it's not funny. First of all, like, who thinks that crap is funny? Second of all, like, why? Why did you put it in the movie? I mean, I get it was to break the character, but really, does it need to be seen in? I get it was a rated R movie, but it's also a comic book movie, so you know there's a lot of kids wanting to go see it. And why do you have to put that crap in there? It's just, I just felt it.
I didn't see it, but you're definitely making me not want to see it.
It's the part where I wanted to walk out of the movie. That's the part where I was like, "Fuck, really?" But then they do, like I told him, a Dark Knight tie-in, but they do it in like the most fucking cringe way that you could even imagine, and you're just like, what the fuck is that? What I think it's supposed to be? Like, what? And
How was
I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but
spoil it? Everybody's about spoilers now, bro. Hey,
All
how
right.
was Lady Gaga? Lady Gaga.
So she's not bad. It's just
Is she
her name
legit?
is Lee Quinzel. She's not Harley Quinn. Her name is Lee Quinzel. She's some rich girl who checked herself into a mental asylum who loves the Joker and has
Oh,
an
so it's just like one
infatuation
of.
with him. And then there's weird
Oh,
shit with her, like, so it makes you think, like, is all of this in his head? Is some of it, even their relationship, is it in his head or did it really happen? Because at their sex scene, she's like in with him in when he's in solitary, and she says the guard let her in. So at that point, you're like, really? There's no fucking way this shit happened. So then you know that the whole story of her telling him that she was pregos and all this stuff, that
what?
it's all
There
in
was a
his
baby
head.
Joker?
It's all in his head, basically, is what they're saying. And then by the end, after he gets our word and he says he don't want to be the Joker no more, and Harley Quinn's basically like, oh, well, that's all I wanted. If you're not the Joker, then what are you? We're nothing. And she walks away from him. He's all sad, goes back to Arkham, and there's a guy, because they tell him you have a visitor. And so he goes, and the guy comes up to him, one of the guys, the Sullies, and he's like, hey, dude, you got time, Arthur? I got a joke for you. And he's like, yeah, I got time. You're going to make it quick? And he says, yeah, I can make it quick. And he tells him, the guy sits in a bar next to a clown, and he's like telling him how I used to look up to you and stuff, but then you just fucking, what did he say? I can't remember exactly, but the punchline was, you're going to get what you fucking deserve. And then he stabs the shit out of him. And as he does, and the Joker falls down dying, the dude fucking cuts his mouth in the background, laughing all maniacally against the wall. So, who do you think he is?
Me?
You know what I mean? And you're just like, what the hell?
Yep. Yep.
It's
I don't
Jack
know.
Nicholson back there. That's who it is.
Yes, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. It's
Hey,
Jack
who was
Nicholson
your
back
favorite?
there all purple. Honestly, up until the Joker, I really liked Jack Nicholson the best. Like, that's just the first one I can really remember that stuck with me.
I love the Joker Part 1. Like, oh man, I watched it like 3 times in the theater.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But you know who
that
my
was
favorite
good.
was? And it might surprise you, but I know a lot of people like Heath Ledger. He's up there in my top 2, but he did it dark, he did it sick, he did it frightening. But my favorite is the dude who played him on Gotham, the dude from fucking Shameless. Remember the gay brother with the red hair? He's the fucking Joker on Gotham, dude, and he did the best Joker I've ever seen. The most comic accurate. He's the balance between the Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger Joker, dude. They do the storyline where they removed his face and everything, and he puts it back on. It was so.
Damn.
The show?
Yeah.
The series?
Yeah.
Oh, I never even watched it. I didn't think it was worth it.
That dude, man. The first couple seasons, they're real slow because you're getting into the story, you're getting into Bruce Wayne as a child and all of the shit building up. It isn't until around the 4th season that it really pops off. But once they introduced the character through a carnival and he kills his own mother and stuff, you didn't know he was going to be the Joker at the time, but dude, it was just sick in how they built his story throughout the series until he became the Joke Man, because Fox owned it at the time, which is different than WB, so they couldn't call him Joker because they were making the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, so they didn't want no association of the two, so they had to call him the Joke Man when he became the Joker. But dude, I'm telling you, he was the best one on screen so far.
Damn.
All right, I'll check it out. Have you watched it?
At least you no, I haven't seen it either. But at least you didn't say Jared Leto.
That's my favorite Joker.
As much
That's
as
why
I
I'm
don't
bling
like
blinging.
that one, you know, there were some deleted scenes that would have explained more to the story of it. So
They said that.
In the comics, Joker kills Jason Todd, okay, the second Robin. And according to this, that was the Robin suit you see in Batman v Superman, right? With the jokes on you and shit written on it. Now, they said that Batman, if you would have got to see maybe David Ayer's Suicide Director's Cut, which most of the scenes cut were the Joker scenes, they're saying that Batman broke the Joker's teeth out because he killed Robin. And that's why he has that fucking silver metal grill and shit.
Oh,
Which
shit.
makes
Okay.
a lot more sense because he's laughing
that's
maniacally and
cooler.
Batman just kept hitting him until he knocked all his teeth out. Which adds a little more to the character. I think if they had
Yeah,
left him in, maybe people wouldn't have hated him so much.
For sure.
That's kind of tight, dude. They should have put that scene in there. Hey, they said that dude was crazy on the set, that he would like send the other co-actors dildos and all kinds of wild shit.
What the
Dead rats.
Hey, and does he have his own cult or something?
Murs Island on because he's 30 Seconds to Mars lead singer, and they have that Mars Island fucking that they let 16-year-olds go there and shit too. You could buy week passes, you can have special things done with Jared Leto, and everyone was saying it was a cult. So what he did when he held a concert there is came dressed out like Jesus.
Yeah, they said you could spend like 3,000 or 5,000. You could spend the night with him and stuff. I'm like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, and kids go there without their parents. So, dude, all I can say is, regardless of what
Diddy.
you say you're doing there,
Diddy's
that shit's
too.
just weird.
They said, how much to meet Diddy?
Oh shit! Hey, Diddy wasn't he wasn't that big. He didn't have his own island.
That's true.
Hey, when you're a big dog, you got your own island.
Yeah.
Go ahead, try to swim out here. I got sharks all around.
All around surveillance,
Yeah.
flying saucers.
Go for it. I got fucking drone boats. Oh, well, shit, we've been off subject for a minute, but we want to welcome the man behind the mask, the legend, the myth, the champion, Nate the Great.
TIW champion, Nate the
That's
Great.
Right. That's
Look at
right.
that. You. He's got the
Nobody
title.
greater. Nobody greater.
Man, none of my stuff's working. So
What's going on, little man?
Usually if you go like this, like, see, the lasers will pop up. It has to like read, I don't know.
I
We
think
learned
he's
all kinds of
awestruck by your title.
Hey, that thing's tight. I got to hold it. I was like, dude, this is cool, man. I never held one of these before.
Look at that, you.
Oh yeah, show them the sides and everything. Yeah, it has.
Dude, you see that? That's a wrestling belt. He loves wrestling. Me and him, we watch wrestling all the time. So since we're on the subject, dude, I knew that crap was gonna happen last night with Jey Uso. You just knew it after Friday Night SmackDown when he confronted the Bloodline, said he didn't want no beef. You knew that they were gonna cost him the title.
What a waste.
He's in wrestling?
Yeah.
He's a wrestler?
Yeah. He's the champion.
What's going on, man? Nate the Great.
Yeah. Remember you seen him without the mask. He had sunglasses on.
He kind of looked like a rock.
Oh, man.
Look, this is him.
Look, Gio. See him?
I knew this would come in handy, Nate.
Nice having a hand.
What is he? What character is he?
The great one.
The great one, Nate the Great.
Oh, man.
Greatest it's ever been.
Oh, shit. Bro, wasn't.
Where's Remo?
The Halloween.
Question of the day. Question of the day.
That's the question of the last couple months. Where's Remo? Where you at, Remo? He's taking a little bit of time off, but he told us to just keep the train rolling, you know. So
keep it rolling.
Yeah, he's taking a little break and stuff. He knows everything that goes on, though. We still keep him in the loop and talk to him.
That's why it just became part of the Dojaverse. Oh, if it does it.
We're gonna do like we're gonna finish up the season finale of the Dro Bros, and then we're gonna start a few new things, and then return to the Dro Bros probably next year, something like that. But yeah,
cool.
But yeah, we missed that. We missed our bald friend.
Yeah.
And he would have dressed up as Uncle Fester today because he don't have to do nothing.
And Gio was sad that he left. Gio was like, really? Rich left?
Yeah. I know, I was just thinking about that. I was like, you haven't had time to talk about nothing and no wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's why I figured since we got Nate on, it'd be a good time to bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, yeah.
I wanted to bring up, since this is the Halloween episode, because I knew this was coming. What'd you think about the Final Testament versus freaking Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six?
They're doing it right. They're keeping all of them, like on the Uncle Howdy side, they're keeping them, safe without eating up all the top people. You know what I mean? So I think this will be a good little back and forth to fill time until they could take on the Bloodline or something like that. But they'll be tied up doing their thing too. What did you think about Cody Rhodes and Gunther? The good luck champ or whatever.
I thought that was really cool, actually. I can't wait to see how this match is going to turn out because I like the back and forth between them. And to be honest, like, it's really cool how Gunther's so arrogant, but at the same time, he's believable arrogant. He's not just like, you know what, I am the number one champion. And it's just like, you're like, oh, whatever. There's potential behind it, you know?
Now, who is your pick for that match?
Look at his.
Oh, Cody, by far. I think Cody's gonna win.
What did it say about your makeup?
Yeah, he's like this.
But honestly, I think it could go with Gunther because I think they're gonna build the prestige of the title. Because from my understanding, since this isn't a title versus title match, okay, it's just champion versus champion to see who's the crown jewel champion, basically like King of the Ring. I think they could potentially give it to Gunther because he was saying in his whole thing against Cody is that the prestige of that title has already been built. So when you took that title, that wasn't your prestige. He said that this title is built on my back and my prestige, which is kind of a false truth because it was built on Seth Rollins' back. But I mean,
I still say Cody. You make good points, but no. The WWE Championship, which is an iteration of what he holds now, the Universal Championship or whatever, that has always been the crown jewel.
Yeah.
Hence the name, the crown jewel. So I just think, in some form of way, fuckery or not, I don't know, it'll be Cody somehow.
I think so too. I think Damian might do something after what he said on Raw. If not Damian, it'll be the Judgment Day, Finn Balor.
I want to ask what's your take on Rhea Ripley 2.0? Oh, Navajo Warrior Return 2.0 Chica Leak.
Fucking sick, dude. I think she's way dope. She's way better now than she was before without Dominic holding her back. And to be honest, she's dominating Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan. She busted Dominic just last night. I mean, or not last. Yeah.
What do you think of Raquel Rodriguez coming back?
I think it's dope, but I was actually shocked. Really, really shocked that she came back to join Liv. I get that Rhea's the one that hurt her. I was just shocked how this all turned out. So now I'm kind of like wondering, what do you think about this Judgment Day? Because it's weird how they just split off, and you really haven't seen the tag team champs or Carlito, and it's been all about Raquel,
Well,
Liv, and Dom.
Carlito is on his way out of the whole. He's gonna go solo. I think he's gonna start inching his way out because of the way his segments have been going and the way. I just think he's gonna separate himself, and he'll be. I don't know. Maybe he goes away completely. I don't really know, but Raquel Rodriguez doesn't fit. She's like wearing two left shoes. It just something. You're trying to be Rhea Ripley. Like go ahead, go change your clothes. Go be you.
I feel she would have been better utilized with the power chicks. What the hell were they names? The PWC or whatever the hell they were. Shayna Baszler,
Oh yeah.
Zoe Stark, and
I think she needs to be the anti-hero where she isn't affiliated to anybody. She walks to the beat, no pun intended, to the Native American nations, but she needs to walk to the beat of her own drum. You know what I mean? She got there for a reason, for being different. Don't jump in there with another, especially the Judgment Day, and then Dom and yeah. They got their own shit going, and it ain't gonna go that much longer, anyways. It's
Yeah.
pretty much run its course. So
it's definitely a done deal.
maybe she'll turn on Liv.
And this Bronson Rollins thing, what are you thinking about that?
I mean, I'm Team Rollins, but I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of Bronson Reed, though. I've never really gotten on his bandwagon.
Me either. I feel like he's just a filler place right now because Punk's been pretty banged up after that match at Bad Blood, and with all good reason. I mean, damn, Drew McIntyre hasn't been seen since that pay-per-view, and he got 16 staples in his head, wasn't it?
Oh man.
Damn.
Yeah,
What
that was
they-
an
what they-
accident. That was a botched spot, dude. So CM Punk,
What they hit him with?
he cut himself. Okay, you could tell.
It was
But
a
when he
toolbox.
hit Drew McIntyre with the toolbox like this, when he's on the ground, Drew McIntyre goes to grab him by the head, and he fucking swings the toolbox like that, dude. You could see the corner hit him right here, like the corner of a real metal toolbox, dude. And it split his dome, dude. I'm telling you, like that long,
What
right
the-
here.
Damn.
And there was blood everywhere, and then it looked like he broke his back on the stairs, dude. I can't believe
That
he got
was
up.
crazy. That was
Dude.
fucking crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
Man, I was like, what the hell? Really? This guy's not dead? Like, for real,
the
dude.
payday better have been worth it, brother. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, I would be like,
Uh-huh.
I want double what my doctor bills are.
Hell yeah! I'll say, what's Cody making? Okay, I want more than what he makes tonight.
Right? Hey, do you think they? I know how it goes with you, but do you think like with them too? Like, you think they're like on a salary, or do you think they get paid nightly for the shows?
The way their contracts, at least as far as I've been told and stuff, is so here's your year laid out, and I think you have an option of getting everything all at once, or they can break it down. And I don't know if it's by show or by quarter or what it goes by, but you can get it in certain chunks.
Well,
Ah,
depends on the person, too, because Brock Lesnar, it was rumored, had like a $54,000 contract for 50 appearances or something like that. And those
Yeah.
appearances, mind you, don't have to be matches. It could just be him showing up on Raw, getting on a microphone, talking crap, maybe slamming somebody once.
No,
and that's one
no,
of your appearances.
Here's how Brock Lesnar views his appearance. Hey, my music's gonna hit. I'm gonna come out on the ramp. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna leave. He never gets in the ring anymore, dude. The last time he came out to get in the ring was against Big Show, I think, and he broke the damn chair beating Big Show's ass. So,
Nah, the last
Big
time I think he got in the ring was when he got in the ring with freaking Cody Rhodes and lost.
well, I'm talking just segment wise, not matches.
Yeah.
the
Or maybe when he
the
was
Big
in there
Show.
with. No, go for it, Joey.
Oh, the Big Show's still around.
He's on
TNA.
AEW now, or TNA now. Okay, he was on AEW.
No, he was AEW. You're right. You're right.
Oh, okay.
I was just thinking TNA for some reason because they had that contract for a while, but now TNA separated and
TNA's
they're
on
more.
Team WWE now.
Yeah. So that's why Joe Hendry just went there.
He'll be a big one in the Royal Rumble. You watch, mark my word.
Hey, is that what's the next pay-per-view?
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel, yeah.
Man, so
It
they're
isn't a
after
real pay-per-view, though. Nothing crazy's gonna happen. Anyone with a belt's walking in and out with their belt. No, there is. I don't understand India.
The only thing is that you're getting the women and the males Crown Jewel. It's like a King of the Ring now that they created that new championship. You're gonna get to walk around with.
King of the Ring, don't you?
Yeah.
Then what is the point?
Exactly.
Do I get to cash in this Crown Jewel for a championship title opportunity? I think that's more appealing, having maybe 2 Money in the Bank type of things than 2 King of the Ring. But that's stupid.
I think it was a way to create storylines to say what title had more prestige in the company at the time. And whoever has the Crown Jewel then is going to have the more prestigious title in the company at the time.
And you need to build up Crown Jewel like SmackDown versus Raw. This is the battle of the brands right here. You know, like how Survivor Series was. The winner of this shit is gonna get bragging rights to carry through the rest of the year. You know what I mean? And to have momentum going into WrestleMania season or something. I don't know.
Hey, I keep my Crown Jewels tucked between my legs. You know what I mean? Oh shit!
Hear no, see no, see no. I didn't hear nothing.
Are you saying what you saying over there? No. Hey, it looks a little dark over there. I hope no freaking Sasquatches or werewolves get you while you're on here.
Men come and get you, come crawling out of the dark back there.
We're watching your back though, bro.
Yeah, if I see a clown come running up, I'll let you know.
When I go like this. Oh man, it gets dark all quick now, huh?
Hell yeah!
Real. 7 o'clock. It's done, dude. Sun's gone.
Yeah.
And then what? They're gonna change the time back. They're gonna change the time. What, next week?
Yeah.
We're going back an hour.
Fall back. We need to get rid of that crap.
I tripped out. I thought that was like a thing, like everywhere. But when I went to Phoenix with my aunt, she's like, "We don't do that shit in Arizona." And I was like, "What do you mean you don't do it?" She's like, "No." And I said, like, "Huh?" I was confused, you know?
Dude,
when
I never heard
back, we'll be on the same time as Arizona.
It's
when we fall backwards.
It's it's on the ballot every year and it never passes. But I think it should. Honestly.
I agree. I vote against it as much as I can. I think it's dumb.
It is, because like, why are you losing an hour of sleep and fucking up your circadian rhythm just to have 1 hour more of daylight? I get that for the farmers, but we're not farmers, so
farmers don't even go by that. I know more farmers than I do mechanics, dude. Let me tell you something. That's a joke. That's a myth.
Hey, we know, because we know a lot of fucking farmers that live here, and cowboys and ranchers, and all them motherfuckers are here.
Yeah, my thumbs will turn green just from affiliation.
Yeah,
yeah, man. They
Paging
they
Dr.
actually
Green Thumb.
dude, they actually teach that shit. They take these kids out to ranches and stuff in high school. They take classes like that, the FFA and all of that. They take them out there and stuff.
Dude, I was in the FFA.
Oh, what? The
Yeah.
Future Farmers of America?
Yeah, where
Is
we had to
that
wear
what
the.
we're calling it these days? I thought it was called something else.
Yeah, that's what I called it too. But I mean, I joined it because ag was 2 easy credits. You know, you get freaking 2 credits in your junior, senior year, only 1 credit your freshman, sophomore year. But then you got to do woodworking, you got to do welding, we got to work on our cars. I mean, I got to leave school
Yeah,
more
they
than any other event in school. That's a
dude.
big reason
So
why I joined it. And I
those,
mean, like I got to do state judging for soils, so that taught me something. You know what I mean?
I mean, it looks cool. Like the dude that at the high school, Marta and Cummings, um, they he's like they're cool. They're cool as fuck. Like the teachers and yeah, they boys they could work on their shop in there and everything. I mean, they could. It seems pretty cool. You know, pretty legit. But I didn't have. Well, I don't know. I didn't stay in high school long enough to know if that was even there. I was just gonna say I didn't have that in school, but then I said, "Wait, I didn't even stay in high school. It's fuck. What the fuck you talking about, bud?" Hey, what if we saw a flying saucer?
One of those portals open up.
Oh shit, dude, that'd be crazy.
Be trending, man. This thing be viral as no, it wouldn't because it get taken down.
Hell, fuck
The
no, the
news
government
media
will
would
probably
take this shit down.
fucking.
Fucking-
They'll probably wipe it.
Yeah, it'll be edited.
Yeah, we're like, wait, I know what happened there. Like,
It was
I
there.
swear, I seen it. Hey, have you been? Do you see that? Our town is, it's a little crazy over here, Mr. Grimm. But did you see? My son was saying there were black helicopters over there behind the river looking for stuff like around 1, 2 in the morning for the past like week.
Crazy.
Dude, that's like the tip of the iceberg too, man. It gets wild over here.
You got people. You got people. What's a good word to call that, Joey? How you manipulate people out of their property and their homes and even their lives.
Oof. Hey, we should do that on what's that called? We'll do another one with just this towns because there's a lot of them and it's creepy, man.
We'll do it. We'll do it like the weekend before Halloween, like this weekend. We could call it Tier C Ghost Stories or something like that. You know what I mean? Or Ghost Stories
Yeah,
of Tier
or
C or something.
or myths
Heck
or
yeah,
something.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause yeah, man, there's some wild stuff. But since we on the supposed to be the Halloween special, what's everybody's favorite? Let's see. I don't like to say one, but maybe top 3 Halloween scary movies or what? Go ahead, Nate.
Ooh, scary movies, man. Okay. Let me think. I watched one yesterday. It was a kind of a new one. It was called The Haunt or something like that. It was better than I thought it would be. It was, I wouldn't say scary, but it would make you think a little bit, and it was interesting. And I would say maybe, let me think of another one. I mean, the Halloween movies are always cool with Michael Myers and all that.
Oh, you like the Halloween ones?
Oh yeah. And then,
Hey, so do you like the old ones or the Rob Zombies?
I like the old ones. The Rob Zombies are cool for their own, like, separate, maybe like multiverse, alternate. You know, because once they bring back Jamie Lee Curtis in the last 2 or 3, it has nothing to do with the Rob Zombie story again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of like a what if or over here if this didn't happen. I don't know.
Me and me and Brian were talking about this earlier at work and stuff about our Rod Zombie movies we liked, and I was like, because this will be one of my scary movies too. But I was like, The Devil's Reject. I was like, that's always my favorite movie. I fucking love them in there. Like they're so they're so foul. Like the shit in there, like some of the lines is just so hilarious. I was like, dude,
Yeah, I'd
this is
probably say for my third, at least for the series, I'd say probably The Evil Dead. I like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The Evil Dead's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Hey,
And
wait, is
what-
that the
Army
one
of
with the
Darkness?
yeah
and
Army of
freaking
Darkness?
The Evil Dead series, dude. I was sad how they ended it because after he said he wasn't coming back and that was his last time playing Ash, damn, they left it open for so much more. Have you seen the series?
I haven't seen the series, but yeah, I've seen the Army of Darkness, where he has his boom boom stick.
Yeah. No, but the series takes place after Army of Darkness. It's a continuation.
It's pretty
And
good
it's got
too.
fucking Lucy Lawless in it and stuff. You
It's
know,
pretty
Xena,
funny.
Warrior Princess.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's
She
sick.
was hot. Does she still look good?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that. I don't want you to get in trouble.
No, but I always like the Friday the 13th ones. Always. And Jason was always my favorite because most people don't realize that Freddy was a P-dog. You know what I mean? I get that he's very
oh,
witty and all of that
Oh.
stuff.
True.
Like the
he was a
remake.
pedo.
The remake actually is more about that aspect of it. If you haven't
Yeah,
seen
he's
it,
all licking him and being weird and gross and calling him his, or what does he say? You're my sweetest little girl or something like that.
yeah.
Hey, on HBO, I haven't watched them yet, but they have a series about the actual real stories of Elm Street and stuff. Because it's based on a true story, but it looks fucking horrifying. I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to watch that shit, man. Maybe I'll watch it for the show in the future, but that should give me nightmares. I have to watch it like Saturday so I could go get my blessings on Sunday from the church and stuff. hey, before you got on, Nate, we were talking about Joe, over there, Pastor Joe, and I was telling him the other day I was talking with him and he was telling me about I was like saying like the Exorcist movie's not really scary when you talk to somebody that actually really does that shit, or like, and Joe was like, yeah, poor little Ethan was in there, and we were talking. He's like, I had to cast 52 or it was like 54 demons out of one person one time, and they're in town, and we're just getting into it, and we're talking about the Bible and like getting into like Revelations and stuff. And like poor little Ethan, he's just like, oh, what the fuck,
I'm not trying to dock anything he says or anything he might have done.
A creepier movie than The Exorcist, though, was The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Dude, no.
That movie's fucked up. That
The
scene
Pope's
where
exorcism's a weird one too.
Oh wait, did you pick?
Exorcism of the Pope?
Did you pick? Is that one good?
I thought it was pretty good, and it's kind of based on a true story. Like that guy's real. He's gone and done a bunch of stuff.
Did you pick your three, Grim?
What?
Your
Song?
3 favorite scary movies? Or?
No,
Because I
didn't do 3, but definitely Evil Dead was one of them. That's up there.
Because I was gonna say mine number 1 is The Fourth Kind. Have you guys seen that?
Oh yeah, that movie's
Yeah, that's a
creepy
good
as
one.
hell.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
Another one that was brutal as hell is The Terrifier, dude.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Art the Clown.
Dude, my daughter was telling me to dress up as that tonight, and then I was like, she showed me, I go, fuck no, that motherfucker's creepy.
It's dude, it's so messed up. That movie's
That
so
guy looks
messed up.
Because isn't that based off of John Wayne Gacy?
No, he's like a demon. So it came from Hallows Eve. and he's in a few different movies before he got his own series, and they did Terrifier 1, 2, and I think they're coming out with the 3.
Yeah.
He's a demon, but he don't talk, dude, and it's so creepy because he's all, and he does that
hell
kind of
no.
crap, and then they stab his foot with this freaking pickaxe or something. He's just all, and he don't make no noise, and you're like, what the hell? So it's super
Hey.
eerie.
So he's like what do you call him? Mine, yeah. Oh, that's tight. That's kind of interesting. I might have
Dude,
to
it's
check that out
scary
now.
as hell, actually. There's a scene in the first one, because when my daughter told me she watched it at her aunt's, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing watching that damn movie? And I said, you watched it with the freaking scene where he has the girl hanging upside down, and he saws her in half with a freaking hacksaw from her crotch to her head, and they show it all, dude, and it is freaking brutal.
Hey, dude, that's my boy. That's our town idol celebrity, David Ray Parker. Hey Nate, have you ever seen one of these? Damn, look at that.
Oh, dang.
Like 10-gram rock right there.
Damn, bro. Damn, that's all. That looks like a freaking eraser,
rock,
like one of those old erasers.
Dude, that's fucking creep. But legit. We'll do it on what's that called? Because I definitely want to do David Ray. But he was doing crazy shit like that too, like in real life. And I used to play next door to him.
This was what's that called, honestly.
I don't know. I thought it might be the grand finale of Dobro too, but who knows? But we'll figure it out down the road. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever.
I think
we'll
this
get to
is
that
what's
later.
that called.
Yeah. Though I want to do like a full episode on a deep dive on David Ray, and like you could check him out. He's also known as the Toy Box Killer, but he would make like crazy like sex toys, dildos, and all like with spikes and like all kinds of crazy stuff. He had one of those.
He would keep them. He would
look in
he
the
would
background.
Keep them.
Oh snap!
Creepy Pennywise.
We like the little children. Don't clip that, anybody. I was just joking.
that David Parker Ray guy though, he would keep his victims locked up in a semi-truck trailer that was all soundproof and locked up and had all his stuff in it, and he called it his toy box.
Yeah, he had one of those like there's like a term for it, but like like when those chairs, like when they give like birth
like
or whatever,
a birthing chair, yeah.
It's
got the straps in it, yeah.
Yeah, he had one of those, dude, and then he had things like where he stuck nails like all through them like that, and then he would use them on the victims and stuff. Like it's some sick shit, like. And nobody knew. Like this guy was a park ranger, well known in the town, like a good how you say, like model citizen, pretty much, And like behind the scenes, this fool was doing some like torturing them for days. He'd keep them drugged up so they could stay awake and everything.
Who's next door?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was a trip. When it went down, we had so many FBI agents in town and stuff. It was wild. Like, yeah, it gets pretty deep and stuff. That was
the Saw movie. I know that's more thriller, but dude, you couldn't beat that first one. You know what I mean? And Insidious.
Oh,
Insidious is one of my favorite series.
Insidious is a good one too. Yeah.
Dude, do you know that I just read this the other day that Saw movie was like a college project between two guys, and they had like
it was.
One
They're the guys who created Insidious, and they created freaking the Nun and all of that series and shit. It's the same too. James Wan and
stuff, I think too.
He's the guy who played Adam in Saw, but those two created it. And they did a fucking little skit for their college, and they turned that in, and based off of that, it was the one with the trap jaw. So the girl who gets thrown in the syringes in the second movie, she's the one with the trap on her head in the first movie, and that scene is what got them the contract to do that movie. And just, until that guy got up off the floor, there's nothing like it in any horror movie ever. And the dude who sawed his foot off, did you guys know that's Robin Hood Men in Tights and the Princess Bride dude?
What? Oh, I didn't
No,
know
I
that.
didn't know that.
I love that. I love both those movies, dude.
That's who that is, the guy from the Princess Bride. The doctor
Oh,
who
that's
sawed his
pretty.
freaking ankle off.
Oh, dude, that shit was so graphic. I was like, what?
It looks so real because they made him turn in all pale and everything as he saw and more. So it's like he's losing the blood and everything. Just how realistic that movie was, and the green tones.
What if they really sawed it off and then they just grew him a new one? You know how they could allegedly do that?
Yeah.
With stem cell research.
So
Yeah.
actually, since we were talking about Kamala at the beginning, let's go into that with the Trump thing and him talking about the abortions and them doing it after 8 or 9 months or when the baby's born. So when she wanted to deny claims of that, okay, here's the reality.
Yeah.
There was a doctor who was talking about it recently, and he said they are promoting euthanization to our youth, and that in some cases will even euthanize a child. But they'll euthanize a child without the parents
I don't know if
present.
that counts as an endorsement or not, but
No, we were saying, we wanted to kind of be on both sides of things, but it's kind of hard to find because they hide everything on these people, so it was like hard to find any information on Kamala.
Kamala Harris. There's only one thing you need to know. Make sure there's no sniper gonna get me. She's only there because she screwed her way from California all the way to Washington.
Yep.
She was not at the Diddy parties.
Yep. She funded the Diddy parties. She was the main sponsor of the Diddy parties.
Yes.
She's on the Epstein list, I would imagine, somewhere if you look far enough on there. She rode with Bill Clinton.
Oh, man. That is so
funny. I will say this, though. As much as I like Trump, I equally like Robert Kennedy Jr. And if he had a chance in hell, I would vote for him. If he would have been like Trump's vice president or something like that, that would have been a perfect world. But I'm saying this: if he runs again in 4 years, I will vote for Robert Kennedy Jr.
So to be honest with you on that one, predictive programming, all said, it's gonna be The Rock, dude.
What?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is gonna run in the next election. He's been building up to it. He's been talking about the political thing. It made me start thinking, Doge, and I wanted to bring it up on the show.
Did you watch his? Did you watch his show?
And that's what I'm saying is he was going to run in 2032 and he lost, but I think he would win. But here's the thing, dude. They talk about the Antichrist. They talk about Ahriman and us being in the age of Ahriman and how he's here. The Brahma bull, okay?
Dude,
the Apis bull, the Rock.
That before.
Dude, that's crazy.
He says Hail Satan on fucking Saturday Night Live. A 10-year-old kid was interviewing him, and he said, how do you get so big? Yeah, he said, I eat children.
Yeah,
like
he said,
you.
Well, how old are you? He said, how old are you? I'm 10 years old. And how much weight? 85 pounds. Yeah, I ate about 10-year-olds and 85 pounds of them, yeah.
What the fuck? He really said that shit?
Yeah, look it up. Look that shit up, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wanted to bring it up on here, especially since we were going to talk a little bit about the election, but I wanted to ask your thoughts. What if The Rock is the supposed Ahrimanic Antichrist, whatever you want to
I
call him.
I won't say he's the Antichrist, but he would be the catalyst, the foundation. Like everything is led to this. He would be the foundation that it would all build upon then.
Yeah,
And what made me
Dude.
start really thinking about it, dude, is all the shit that happened with TKO. Because he was the one behind all the shit with the fallout with Vince. And everyone says if it wasn't for The Rock, it would have never been possible. UFC didn't want Vince there. But if The Rock didn't have his hands behind the scenes and all the shit he did, that's how they were able to remove Vince. And then who took his place but The Rock?
The final boss.
Oh,
The final
And then I was
president.
watching when he came out at the end of Bad Blood, and I'm looking at the evolution of his tattoo, and I'm like, why did you make it more dark and evil and like a skull with red fucking eyes?
Yeah.
And
no,
why is
yeah.
he still all about the Brahma bull? And then you look at him and look at Triple H, and look how he don't age. Look
What
how
the
he's all
fuck?
fucking ripped and
This is-
everything, dude.
And
He's like a
Triple H
fucking
is
god.
old. HBK is old. The Undertaker's
Yeah.
old. Sting is old.
Fuck.
Ralph
Steve
Van Dam with
Austin.
all the, everyone's old. Yeah.
DDP, he's doing yoga and getting healthy as fuck.
Bang. He's still
But look
old
at
as
The
shit,
Rock.
though.
Illuminati.
But
He's
look at The
in the
Rock.
best
Yeah.
shape of his life as he
The
gets
Rock
older.
is jacked. The older he gets, the better he becomes. It's
Yes.
insane. It's insane.
That's
The Rock,
crazy.
I used to think The Rock was
Hey,
cloned, though.
but-
I didn't think that The Rock was who The Rock used to be. I used to think, oh, they killed his ass, and this is the clone. But
I think
nah, man, it makes sense if he sold himself, dude.
Yeah, he
I-
did. Because Kevin Hart's his homie, and Kevin Hart's under investigation with all this Diddy shit. And they're saying he was like the main front runner at the Diddy parties and heavily participated in them. Kevin Hart, okay? Who brought The Rock into that part of the Hollywood?
oh shit. Hey, do you think
Dude,
Kevin
who
Hart?
has their hands in media, in music? Did we not talk about him on the Tech 9 episode? Who fucking has their hands in wrestling, in the UFC, in politics? The Rock. Who has the support of the American people? The Rock.
The Rock, man. It doesn't matter that Trump went and got Hulkamania, dude, because The Rock already beat Hulkamania.
Yeah.
Fuck.
At WrestleMania 19.
Hey, so does that mean Kevin Hart and The Rock do butt stuff?
They go to Diddy's house. No,
Oh,
Diddy
Yep.
goes to
no!
their house.
Diddy did him too. Fuck. The Diddler strikes again. Fuck. You guys ruined my favorite action star. Just kidding. I'm a John Claude Van Damme fucking fan.
Until he fell off with his $10,000 a week cocaine habit.
Well,
That's
why
fucking
not?
crazy.
Hey, if you're
That's
gonna
a
do it, go
lot of
big.
sugar.
Go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? What'd you do? You just walked home?
Yeah. I gotta get him in the shower. But no, I was trying to get him away from this rose bush because that fucking shit grabbed my hand and shit tore up my thumb.
Oh,
It wasn't the rose bush, it was Diddy.
Yeah.
He's trying
Hey.
to get you.
it wasn't the rose bush. It was a AI in
But
disguise of
definitely-
a rose bush to get your DNA.
I think The Rock is going to be the next candidate, and I think he's probably going to run Republican because it's not just his show. Watch the movie Southland Tales. That was one of his best roles because he played a paranoid schizophrenic, and he was an author who was a boxer dating a porn star who was Sarah Michelle Gellar, okay? And she was, it was like his wife was like being married into the Kennedys, so they wanted him to run as a Republican, but he didn't want to run for office. He wanted to write this book. That's why he's leaving his wife for this porn star. It has Jake Gyllenhaal and shit in it, Southland Tales. Have you guys ever seen it?
Fuck? No, I never. It's a movie.
And The Rock's always like this and stuff because as he gets more paranoid and stuff throughout the story, he starts doing this and he has a tick. And he starts getting all weird. Fucking cool ass movie. It's one of the first movies The Rock did after Walking Tall.
Hey, that movie was tight on Walking Tall.
Yeah.
I like the rundown with Sean William
Sean
Scott.
William Scott.
Yeah, I liked him, dude. I thought he was a cool actor.
I think my two favorite Rock movies are probably Gridiron Gang and you know what? Pain and Gain was a pretty good movie too.
Oh, that shit's dope, on. Those fools get jacked in that shit.
Southland Tales is one of my favorite ones.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I'd definitely check that out. I'll get back to you on that one.
You got to check it out because, like I said, dude, there's a lot of stuff in it that now that it's come to light, you're just like, what the fuck? They were like predicting shit. And that's what I'm saying. His show, that movie, I definitely think that's the next step. He's going to run for president.
But we've heard this before. Jesse the Body was gonna run for president. Hulk Hogan even made the tease he was gonna run for president.
But Jesse was involved in exposing shit. The Rock isn't.
That's true.
The Rock's the cover-up kind of guy.
He has that house out there with Oprah and shit in Hawaii, and he's all into a bunch of weird shit.
Will Smith, all of them.
What was I going to say? Hey, but the Simpsons predicted Arnold Schwarzenegger would be the president.
Demolition Man.
He goes next, and then The Rock. Huh?
Demolition Man pretty much came true. When we had that Ebola breakout, Taco Bell was #1 in restaurants at the time. Back in the early 2000s. And then they're getting to the censorship of speech. I mean, already, what are we saying? We have to say SA, or we have to say they had an R scene and stuff like that. So the censorship's already began.
Yeah, I remember back in the day learning about that shit, and everybody thought I was fucking nuts. And I was like, dude, they censored my video. They censored this of me. They took down my post. Nah, Joe, you're paranoid. And I'm like, now it's like every day. I get hit left and right. I'm like, bro, I'm just sharing shit that's on Facebook. Like, why am I getting in trouble for it?
I used to spend every other day in Facebook jail, dude. Oh, can't post, can't share, can't comment, can't like. What the fuck's the point of the app then?
Yeah, and then everything's fact checked. And then like when I was sharing stuff about the hurricanes that just went down, check this. Wait, I'll tell you here in a sec. So about the hurricanes, I kept sharing stuff about how they had patents for that and this and that, and they were like, fact check, fake, and I go, what? Like, how is that fake when that shit's real? And I've came across a lot of information on the patents and stuff, and they are doing it for a long time.
They did that with the pandemic.
Oh yeah, that's when I noticed it really cranked up the heat on the censorship with the pandemic stuff. Like even now, you gotta watch what you say with that shit too. It's like, what the fuck? Hey, but what I was gonna say, so I don't know if you know, but Roswell, flooded out pretty bad. It got dumped on rain and it's fucked up the town, right? Well, prior to that, they're experimenting with cloud seeding down there, and they fucking seeded. I think they seeded it too much, and then they flooded the whole fucking town. And they say that they're gonna try it here next.
Oh, jeez.
I'm okay with a flood. I live on a hill. I don't.
Hey, that's what I said. That's what.
Hey, fellas, it's been great, but I gotta head out. Rock and roll, man. Everyone have a good spooky night.
All right. Peace out.
Champion. Check us out at Apex Wrestling November 2nd. That's our next show. You never know who you might see at Shockwave.
Hell yeah.
Maybe TIW makes an appearance at Apex.
Gonna have to lay down the law on that ass. You know what I'm saying?
not working.
That's true, brother.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But
Lay the smack down.
yeah, on that ass.
I still can't get the rock and roll thing to work, but it's all good.
It's weird because it's like the camera has to read it like a certain way, and then like you
Yeah.
could do the thumbs up, and then you could do the double
down.
thumbs.
The fireworks and then the peace sign, which is the balloons.
Hey, your
When you do
screen
the double.
froze. Grim? Oh, there you go. But yeah, yeah.
Because I'm down to 10%.
Hey man, what are you doing? You dying out?
But yeah, I'm gonna get off here.
All
Alright.
right,
You guys
fellas.
have a good night.
All right, peace out, everybody. It's been our Halloween special, and we'll see you guys here soon, shortly again.
Halloweeny signing out.
Happy
Be
Halloween.
safe, everybody. Happy Halloweeny. Demons surround me day and night. I be lacing it up on the mic, and they're right there by my side. I see them in my eyes, I feel it in my mind's eye. The tension, did I mention? A lot of demons roll around this earth. I've understood I've always been cursed. I'm worth nothing. Why do you think I'm always buzzing? I'm never fronting. I gotta fucking block out all this shit that it comes out of my mouth as I spit. I do a freestyle. Man, I don't need to write it down. Meanwhile, oh, wow, look at the bullshit they play on the radio. Man, these fucking demons keep feeding you guys you don't know, as they fucking brainwash the dome, as they brainwash everybody. I'm just wanna get bloody up in my room. I'm always looking for that doom, the way to go out. I be trying to slip my wrist, no doubt. Suicidal like a motherfucker. I wanna see me smothered in my own blood. I wanna die by a slug. I be the one that wants to OD on drugs. I be like there ain't no love. It's just me, it's always just me and my weed. The things I fiend for, I gotta explore with these goddesses that are whores. Through the witchcraft, I do it all like that. I don't talk about the scratch, I don't talk about the nonsense. I'm way above this shit, if you didn't know, bitch.